Hey guys, and welcome back to part 3 of the Chevy refresh video of the Chevy refresh series. We are going to be reassembling the engine in this motor. There are a few things I still have to do. This crank I've been polishing up here. This really should have been part of the cleanup video, I think, but I didn't get to it. So what I've done is these two rod journals here so far, or no, these three, 1, 2, and 3 rod journals, and you can see the fourth one here still has that black line in the middle. Now you can't even feel that with a fingernail. You can barely feel that, but the other 3 were the same way, and there's no scratches to feel on any of these, so these won't take much to clean up. And you can see the smoothness here. What is that? I hope that's just a hair. Oh yeah. And then on this one, it's a little rougher. You can see how the glare walks up the lines. The glare isn't smooth. You can see all the scratches from the bearings. And then this one, the line's a little smoother as it goes across. But right now I'm just doing everything with this 400 and piece of tape and this bungee strap. Other people use shoelaces, but it's working out fine for me. So I'm going to do the 400, and then I'm going to do the 1000 grit right there. And I have been miking everything, or at least using that. That's probably not accurate enough to tell me if I've lost too much or not anyway, but I am trying the best with what I got. This is all the first time I've done this anyways. It's all sort of new to me, so I am learning as we go here. But some tricks that some other people have spread out or shared is when you're done or you think you've got it, all the marks away, sand it only in the direction that it spins. So for example, the crank spins this way, so I want the sandpaper to go that direction on everything. When I'm done, it's to lay the small particles over, so they lay over more smoothly for the rotation of the bearings. That does seem like a good tip to me. I've worked with a lot of metal and it just seems to make sense. So I'm going to do that too. And even in this oil, where the oil seal goes, the rear main seal, you can barely feel anything at all. So I'm pretty confident this stuff will clean up really nice. And then we can install the camshaft and the bearings for this. Throw that in the motor, put the caps on, and then it's all downhill from there. So let's just get started. I'll show you guys how I did a couple of these, but I won't force you to watch the whole thing. A little squirt of the W, and this thing's already soaked in WD-40. Come on, you. Ugh. Not bad. Not bad. It looks like, even though this is a main, it looks like it's the same size, so we'll go ahead and use this piece of paper again. And do this guy. Not long enough. That's funny. Alright, I'll have to cut another piece for that. It could be long enough to do this one though. Or doesn't want to stay on there. Just enough to clean it. Then I'll go over with 1000 grit and really polish it up. But that's it for the rods. 1, 2, 3, 4. I even did 2 mains. I just got to do 1, 2, 3 more mains, and then the I don't know, the rear main seal area. Well, that's how I'm gonna take care of the rest of that. I'll polish the rest of this stuff off camera so you guys don't have to suffer through the boringness. And then we'll just get straight to putting in the cam and the crank. Wow, it is hot as Hades out here. I'm sweating. It's getting a little late, so I don't think I'm gonna put this in tonight, but I am done polishing it up. I went over with the 400 and then the 1000 and spent a lot of time on each one with 1000, and just like in all the other videos I've seen of people doing this at home, no noticeable change at all as far as significant material missing. I know I don't have the C-clamp, the right style, you know, micrometer, whatever those are called, the C-clamp style micrometer. But man, this thing is looking good. All the heavy marks are cleaned up, and the stains, of course. And I checked all the holes, all the oil holes for burrs. So those are all cleaned out. So in the morning we'll set in the bearings and put the camshaft in, then set in the bearings, and then put in the crank. So see you in the morning. Well, there it is. Getting the assembly started now. We've got all of the freeze plugs in, almost all of them. We've got to put in the cam bearings first before we put in the cam plug. But these are all been siliconed up too, so they should hold out. Right now I'm putting in the first plug, or the first bearing, and I've already checked where the hole is. You see inside, let's see, where are we at? Oh, we got the bar in the way. Well, there's a hole running through the cam journals, just like there is through the main bearing journals. There's a hole in each one of those too, and then there's a hole in the bearing, just like that, and they need to line up. But the first one, or actually this one's a little different. This top one, it doesn't just have one hole, it has 2 holes. So convenient. But from what I can tell and all the YouTubing I've done, those need to be placed at about 10 and 2, where the oil galleries are for the lifters. This is like tunnels running through the length of the block. This one's for the cam, and they've got oil holes running down on each bearing, and then these 2 are for the lifters, and they're all shooting into the lifters. I don't know, engineers probably had something in mind when they thought of that. A lot smarter than me, but for now we're just gonna get this one hammered in, and then that one, and then that one, and then that one, and then that one. Luckily for me, that in the box they seem to be in order, and there's only 2 different sizes, but there's 3 different part numbers because this one has 2 different holes, has 2 holes instead of 1. So they're in the box in order, and I know this one's the front, so I just got to put them in accordingly, back to front. I'm just gonna go for it. What happened? It started and then it stopped. to the side a little. Custom fit. So you're just gonna need to go a little further. What's wrong? We're looking good, right?
No, I heard that.
It's not going in.
It's going in.
Is it going in?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we don't have a heavy enough hammer. There we go. Now, we don't have to go, we need to go a little bit past flush. I think that's perfect. Actually, you can see the old stain marks from where the other one sat. It's like, I don't know, maybe a couple thousandths or something. I think that one's good. Let's put. All right, no, we got to go a lot further. The channel, yeah, we got to go a lot further. So at least the thickness of the of this head here, at least the thickness of that flange. So when that's buried, we'll check it. Let's check it. What do you think?
Not yet. Down below, I can see the groove.
So with a ton of light, you can see the inside of the channel there. Yeah, and this, actually I can do a little camera trick here. Brightness up. So yeah, we're right there. If we went any further, we'd be covering up the hole. So that one is now good. Let's put in the next one. It's pretty close. A little off, but I think we're close enough. Okay, next one.
Dude, your shit's hot.
My bones?
Yeah, it's gonna explode, dude. Poof. Like all that for just. Well, I guess we'll find out something if we did it wrong once we put the cam in and it doesn't want to go all the way in.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. You still got the jump block, right? That still has the cam bearings in it, right?
This is the same block, bro.
No. I jumped this guy over here in the corner.
Oh.
We're going to use that as a reference.
Yeah, I'm curious. There are still cam bearings. And those are put at fucking...
Deeper than what we're going?
No, totally different position.
What the fuck?
They're all put at the bottom.
Compare that to the other one. That one could have been done wrong. Shit.
Oh, I got a plug in this one. This one's upside down.
Watch out for those fucking lizard snakes. Cody, come out here. Get on guard. If someone comes running.
This one's on bottom too. That's weird.
So that means these holes are going to line up with the bottom hole on the bearing.
Yeah,
Which kind of, you know, in a way I do, yeah.
but there isn't a bottom hole. Not that goes through.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't go through to this, does it?
Well, I'm thinking it slides over the cam itself. I think that's what that one cam was talking about.
The bearing on there? Shit, I do.
Fuck.
Is there a hole on the bottom? There is a hole. I can feel it. It's going all the way through. That's so weird. Huh.
Maybe it's the dynamic, whatever it's called. When you get the globules that are in the fucking oil and shit, that makes it fucking transfer to the front, from the top to the bottom, and then drain out the bottom. And then from there go on to the connecting rods.
I don't know, but...
Fuck. Well, actually, no, it will go to the
Going same
crank.
way.
And then from the crank, it goes to the connecting rods.
I'm gonna continue doing it the same way. I believe right there is the right spot. Well, now we know for the future.
It still don't make no sense to me either.
It would drain that way. When the motor's off, all the oil would drain from the cam. I'm kind of thinking that's not necessarily a good thing. And last but not least,
oh, got the fucking pause it. You got it on backwards?
no, it's just going in a little crooked. Alright guys, so here's the first start. I know we're jumping ahead quite a bit here, and I skipped a lot, but here's the engine all put back together. We've got the valve covers hydro dipped. It didn't turn out too bad for like really my first time hydro dipping anything. Painted a couple brackets, but what do you think, Mike? You as nervous as I am?
Yeah. Whoa.
Go ahead. All right, turn it off. Okay, go ahead. Oh yeah, baby. Turn it off. What the fuck was that noise?
That sounds like a freaking fucking bird hitting that the little access panel.
Well, the access panel's not on.
Oh.
I'll hold your phone for you. I'll hold your phone.
No, buddy, it's okay.
What was it?
Oh my God.
I don't know.
What are you saying?
I don't know. I don't see anything.
Oh, I thought you filmed it.
No, I was talking to Leo.
What? What guys?
So it turns out it was the starter. It was not retracting all the way. It did not like sitting on the ground for a couple months. Probably even getting wet a couple times. I would like to apologize for the lack of video and for that serious jump. I had some camera malfunctions and I lost a bunch of footage. And I wasn't even gonna produce this video. I got kind of upset about it, but figure I might as well let you guys know what's going on. I can't leave you hanging. It did run fine. After that, after we switched out the starter.
and
Oh no, I'm down there.
my mom
you're
called
on
me
it?
a blow dart.
It's a little limp. It's all
pretty funny.
a
Okay.
little more power.
But yeah, he's got like over 500, 600 miles on it now, and we're about to do the oil change, and then I'll post a video on that and let you guys know how it's going too. But it's been running fine. He's been driving it all through town. And I'd like to say thank you guys for watching, and by the time you see this, it's almost
pretty close.
Christmas, so Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Monkey.
Have a good one.
Yeah.